Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video, and this is another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video, and today we're going to be talking about some pretty big changes that are incentivizing you to go to EX2. So there's a few changes, and I've added some other things on top of that. There was a few other changes that you may want to know, but the majority of it's about the new changes to Neovision EX2. So with that being said, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit that notification bell for my daily content. And the notification bell is not a meme, guys. Make sure you're hitting it. It's really important. And I know everybody says it, but it is actually really important. So make sure you hit that notification bell. Anyways, let's get into some information. So I'm all the way in the corner here because it won't fit anywhere else. So I'm in the corner. Hey guys, I'm in the corner. Anyways, Neovision units, a select few as of this recording, of course, will receive new enhancements or buffs, whatever you want to call them. Upon getting to EX2, like I talked about, you will receive these new abilities and or stats, both in some cases, and some side notes, but the only side notes in this entire video. The damage cap has been increased to that number. I'm not even going to try to say it. A lot. Let's just say a lot. And also, quick hit and pile driver are no more. They've been X'd. They're out of here. They've been shown the door. Now it's just Chaining Family 16, which could be anything at this point. Who knows what that is? Because Chaining Family 16. Well, actually, I think it's Bolting Strike. Never mind. I think it actually is Bolting Strike on the JP side. So Chaining Family 16 is Bolting Strike, I believe, on the JP side, of course. So there you go, guys. No longer will you have to have the quick hit or pile driver memes. They are out the door. So now we just have Bolting Strike as the main Chaining family for them. So that means like Tidus, for example, will no longer have terrible Chaining families and things like that. So there we go with that. And now let's move on to the abilities. First, with Cloud, which honestly I think one of the best increases that he might have. He has some modifier increases, and he also has 300 flat attack. Keep in mind, guys, you don't have to use any kind of insignia farming or anything like that. They get them automatically as soon as you get to EX2. I want to point that out again. And now we have, so the race form, they get that, and then the race shift form, the limit burst changes. Yeah, he gets a single target, Greatsword and Peril, 35% for 4 turns, and also it gets increased to 140 times mod. That's a pretty big change. 35% Greatsword and Peril is pretty insane. The biggest problem I find with this is that Cloud doesn't really do anything support-wise. So as tempting as it may be to bring him along just for the Greatsword and Peril, that's all he would really be doing. He doesn't do anything else at this point. But I think that's a pretty big change. If you still want to use Cloud, I think he's a lot stronger now, especially since his normal form gets a lot of mod buffs increases. So that's pretty good. Just want to say, I forgot to say at the beginning of the video, make sure you stay till the end of the video, or I'm going to be showing off CG Terra's animation if you haven't seen it, of course. If you have, then you probably don't care. But CG Terra finally got our animation all sorted out, CG, and I'll be showing that at the end of this video. So anyways, we got Rain here, and in his base form, he gets auto limit burst, which basically means he gets full limit burst college, I'm pretty sure. And that's pretty good, but not super special, I don't think. I mean, it's nice to imbue all allies with fire, I guess. And also, in his Brave Shift form, which is a pretty big increase, he gets some mod buffs, which is nice. His limit burst changes. Now it's a 65 times mod with 50% defense ignore, and 4 turn 135% fire and peril. So 130, 135% Imperils are going to start becoming more common. 120 is not common anymore. Apparently, the floodgates are open to 135% imperils because of what Dark Fiend and Soul have now in their Olympus. They have 135% Earth imperil. Now he has 135% Fire imperil. So Rain is pretty good. His Brave Shift form obviously is the better half for the most part for damage. So moving on to Aerith, I think that she got some pretty nice things, including something that she was lacking, and now she actually has it. So her Olympus changes in her normal form. So now she has 5-turn full status immunity as a buff, of course, and 30% MP restoration to all allies. I think that's a pretty good Olympus change. Now you won't just be curing it, you can prevent it with your Luna Burst. So that's pretty nice. And in her Brave Shift form, she now has 500 magic, 100% Luna Burst damage, which is just whatever, and some mod buffs up, and also 74% Demon Killer, which is very nice. That's pretty nice. So that's a pretty big change. Like, all these seem to be pretty big changes. Remember guys, you need that EX2. So if they're incentivizing you. I don't know if all the newest units that are going to come out are going to have this automatically. They didn't say anything about this, but these few units that we're talking about all have them. But only again, remember again guys, I just want to remind you guys again, only the units that I'm going to be discussing in this video as of this recording have these buffs. Not every unit in the game has them yet. Awakened Dragon X-Star, he has now full Emperor's Cause, which is nice, and also 100% Dragon Killer, which is really nice. That's pretty good. And they incentivized you to go for his Brave Shift form, because really all you're using his Brave Shift form for is to get his Gradius ability, and you're swapping back over. But maybe now you can maybe just stay in that form and do that stuff along those things. And I think they made it more incentivizing. Like 150% Universe damage is pretty good. The mod buffs, and also his Universe changes. And you guys see that there, 135% fire or ice and peril for 5 turns. That's pretty long. And that's a pretty high mod as well. So I think he got some pretty good changes. The Dragon Killer is nice on his normal form. And his Brave Shift form was slightly tweaked where you would want to maybe go into it. And moving on to Soul. Soul, I think he got the short end of the stick, at least in his normal form. He just gets, in his normal form, he just gets, in his base form, whatever you want to call it, normal form, base form, he just gets an AR chaining ability, and it's non-elemental, so I don't think you're ever going to use it in any situation. So that's unfortunate with that. But his Brave Shift form gets a lot. 500 extra magic, 500 or 75% Olympus damage, which is nice because his Olympus is a one-hit move, and now his Olympus changes to 150 times mod with one turn, 135% ice and peril, which is just whatever. X-Stars is better, of course, but his Olympus is nice because it's like a Olympus magic Olympus finisher for Dark Vision, similar to Ellie. So not the same thing as Ellie, of course, but in the realm of magic finisher, because there's not a lot of magic finishers really. So that's an option. And finally we have Gabriel, who I mean it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. So first, his base form gets auto limit burst, which is nice because he gets a mitigation limit burst. The thing that I'm really worried about is yes, his Brave Shift form looks really awesome. He has 3k HP flat, 500 defense flat, and also auto barrier at every turn, 3k HP barrier. The problem with this is, in his Brave Shift form, he doesn't have cover. He doesn't have AoE. He doesn't have an ability to cover all allies. So that's kind of a bit of a problem, in my opinion, anyways. He only has single target cover, so yes, he has all those benefits, but at the same time, I don't know. It's nice. It's nice though. It's nice. So, in the end, there's a lot of good changes in here. Actually, I think almost all these changes are good, but keep in mind, guys, you need to invest in these units to get these buffs. So of course they're going to make them good. I'm looking forward to seeing other ones, and I'll be covering them in later videos whenever that gets released. Anyways, like I promised, at the end of the video we're going to go look at Terra's animation, so let's get into that. So here we are with Terra's animation. Let's see it. First time I'm seeing it, so I'll get to see it with you guys in person. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it's not all that different from her normal CG animation, if you guys remember that from back in the day. Her normal CG animation, it was very similar to this at least. Seems like she has the same voice actor as the Opera Omnia Terra version, and she basically sounds the same. So that's the animation. Let's do it one more time for you guys at home. But I don't want this video to be too long for you guys. I do think it's good though. I think the animation is good. But it's not gonna be my favorites. So let me know what you guys think about this video. Are you guys excited about these buffs in the future? What do you think about CG Terra's animation? If you watched all the way to the end of this video, make sure to type in hashtag 5th anniversary. 5th anniversary is the keyword. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.